Yeah, so we have started recording the session. So as we have covered, like what will be the contents for the entire training and what we are going to discuss in our 35 days of the training in Power BI. So that I've just shown it to you. Like a Power BI desktop, a service, a SharePoint, and other sources will be covering. And what is Power BI? Like we'll be taking Power BI desktop and Power BI service is our major learning platform to cover in our training. Okay. So in continuation to our last class, so I'll freshly start today. So with some assumption, let us assume you don't know anything about Power BI. You are freshly joined as a fresher in a company. So let us assume the person name is called Karthik. He has got an opportunity in a company as a fresher. So the thing is, he doesn't even trained as like a non-trained guy. So he doesn't even know what is Power BI and what to do with the Power BI and what is his responsibilities also. He is not able to judge when some information, when some requirement has been given to him. So today is 27th July 2023. So Karthik started day one in a company. After getting all the access to the different environments, to his laptop access, company access and all. So the very next day, 28th July 2023, what happened is that manager was reaching to Karthik. And his manager is some ex manager. Manager is reaching to the Karthik to create some report because this manager received some requirements from the client. And as a developer, Karthik is responsible to create the reports or to implement some requirements that was been asked by his manager. So whatever the requirement is, he doesn't even know what is the requirement. So in our basic English terms, requirement is the need. And in these requirements, what he need to do? So it looks like there are 4 responsibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 responsibilities are stating that build a sample table visual that displays distributor name-wise sell-in information. Second one is build a bar chart that shows brand-wise sell-out information. And the third one is show category-wise sell-out in a pie chart. That means in a pie chart visual, that is a third requirement. And the fourth one is a display in transit value by sub-brand in a donut chart. When someone looked at these 4 requirements, obviously we should think what more. So this is a kind of a requirement where we need to create some visualizations, on top of the suggested data, that client is telling us. So these 4 are the requirements. See, Karthik is coming from non-IT background. He doesn't even know what is a bar chart, what is a pie chart, and what is a donut chart and all. Then what his decision should be? See, some XYZ client has given these requirements to the manager because initially there was no developer. Karthik has not yet joined in a company. But after Karthik has joined in a company, so Karthik is the developer here. So these were the requirements given by client to the manager. And this manager is passing those requirements to the Karthik because Karthik is a new developer joined in a company called Accenture. Next, what is his goal, ma? So he suddenly got dumb. He doesn't even know what to do. He got panic. So that means either he should know where to create them, or either he should ask the manager what tool that I need to use to implement this. What tool that I need to use to implement this. So as a marketing analyst or as a market trend guy, so as I told you yesterday, as I told you in yesterday's session, so we always need to make a choice out of the best tools in the market, So especially on the visualization practice. So what is the next decision of the Karthik? He need to decide what is the relevant tool that he need to use to build these requirements. Yes or not? He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know what reporting tool or what is the technology that he can fulfill these requirements for the client. So immediately, either he can ask with his manager what is the technology that we have now, or if he is hesitated to ask to his manager, he can ask his friends where some of other guys are working on reporting environment in any other companies or in the same company. So they suggested Karthik is that. So Karthik, so this is the trending technology. These are the trending technology as you can find. So in the market, there are a lot of projects will be done, especially on the reporting or visualization expertise. So either you can opt for a ClickView, either you can opt for Salesforce or Tableau. Tableau was a technology that was acquired by Salesforce. And another tool is called Microsoft Power BI. So all these three tools supports your requirements. You can create those three requirements once you have the data. So that is what the client clearly, that is what his friend clearly told him. So these are the best choices, Karthik. Either you can use Microsoft or BI or Tableau or ClickView. So out of it, without any compromise, obviously we will go for the top performer. So he chose Microsoft Power BI is the trending technology in the market because that was the MS, that was the MS product, Microsoft product. That is much easier for him to navigate or to create the reporting. Then he just got to know about the tool name. So where he wanted to create the report now he chose the technology today, Microsoft Power BI. So he came to the position on the day of 28th if the requirements was given on 27th. So he took a short break today because he was worried like what to use and all. He was reaching to his friends and he was reaching to the manager also. He gave freedom to the Karthik. Manager gave freedom to the Karthik. So choice is on your own. You can take any of the tool, but final goal should be build these requirements. So on the 28th of this month, by tomorrow, he got to know I can use my Power BI as a technology. Then I can just take it forward. So after I get to know the Power BI is a technology, and what is my next aim? So the next aim should be what? The very first thing is you should download the tool wherever it is available. See, you need to do something means you need to have that environment in your handy. So once you have that environment handy, then you can create your own requirements. So as I shown you, so this is the link that I have already passed to all of you guys. If not, you can use the same link for your reporting. So you can just click on this link, automatically it navigates you to the download portion. Download Microsoft Power BI desktop tool. Just come down You can see Microsoft Power BI is the platform here. You can just click on download. Once you click on download, it will ask a 64-bit and the other version is a 32-bit.exe. You can just select 64-bit. You can just select 64-bit. Once you click on download, it will just open this window and then click next. Automatically the download gets started. So it will get installed into your machine. So this will get installed onto your machine. After installing it, the UI will looks like this. So this is the Power BI desktop tool. So whichever I'm highlighting, this is the Power BI desktop tool after you install it. And then. So Karthik is able to download the tool, and next most requirement is what? Okay, he downloaded the tool. He need to create these requirements. That means he opened the tool. You just need to click on his tool that he just downloaded, freshly downloaded. You will be getting the icon like a Power BI desktop. Which is an offline tool where you build your visualizations or where you create your reports. This is a new file that I am opening, which I have just downloaded from the Google environment. So this tool is independent tool. This tool is a free to download. It doesn't need any license to purchase. Where we may need the license to purchase is a cloud environment, Power BI service. But the desktop environment is free to use or free to download. So I was able to download the tool and I've just opened it. Now, so maybe a simple answer from you. I need to create this requirement. Just read the first requirement. Build a simple table visual that displays a distributor name wise Selenium. So what kind of visual is asking? So if you assume this is a distributor name and sales, some DSTR A, DSTR B, DSTR C, and their sales are 100, 120 and 130 on each day. So this kind of visual he is asking. So what do you mean by table visual? A simple Excel is a table. So this is also a table visual. So do you have those visuals, table visual also in your Power BI? If you ask me, yes. There is no limitation in the visualizations in Power BI. You have unlimited visualizations that are available in Power BI. Now I need to create a table visual. You can see a table visual. I need to display this data. I need to show this kind of requirement. Seema, what is the next question of Karthik should be? I need to create the requirement. What is missing?
From where he should get the data?
Yes. Any other answers? Any other answers?
How to insert the data into the table.
Yeah. And any other answers? So both the answers are correct. And any other answers? In order to create the requirement, what we need, ma? See, build a simple table visual. I have a table visual in my Power BI. Yes, I have. But what is not there?
Data.
Data. Yes. That word I need. Where you insert or where you get it is a secondary thing, but I'm missing the data. So that is what the overview states. After you download the tool, what is the much important thing is that get data. Connect to the data from any environment that helps you to create your visualizations. What kind of visualization it may be? Bar chart, a pie chart, a donut chart, a gauge chart, or anything. So let us assume you are getting some data, some flat Excel. So what is the immediate question of Karthik? Now, he doesn't need to hesitate to ask the client or the manager, because if he's waiting to ask about the data, his work will be gets delayed. So he can strongly ask to the client or the manager where the data is available, where this distributor or sell in or a brand or sell out. So where this table is available, where this data is available. Where this data is available. So immediately the client can confirm some location. So the data is available in Excel form, where the data is some L'Oreal sales file. Where the data is some L'Oreal sales file. So this file has been provided by client to the Karthik on the day of 29th July or 2023. If you ask me how can I work on 29th, you can ask the data for 31st. So if you go on the dates, so you can just get the data on 31st of July. 31st of July. So this data was provided by his XYZ client. XYZ client. Client name. Here is what? L'Oreal. So there is a L'Oreal data. He is working for a project called L'Oreal. He is working for a project called L'Oreal. So where the data is available, it is kind of Excel file. That file is being passed to Karthik from his client. From his client. So he tried to store his data. He tried to store his data in his local machine. Seema. Once he received the data from the email or from some SharePoint link and all, he tried to open the data, what is available in it. He just wanted to see what is available in it. Seema, this is the data that was provided to the client. So there are some dates, distributor names, brands, categories, sub-brand, some material, which is some real-time project data that was provided to Karthik. So I will just save my file that was given by client to me. I'll save my file in my local PC, maybe my local desktop or some downloads location. Once I receive the data from the client, I can just save my file either to my desktop location or wherever I would like to store it. See, so what is our next goal? So my data is received from the client. What is my next responsibility, ma? After getting the data, what I need to do? I just need to connect to it. To get the data into my Power BI. See, we have a lot of options to explore to the get data. So before I go over there, you can also see what your architecture states here. After you install the tool, what is your next responsibility? To connect to the data. And after you connect, what is your responsibility? So you can see that there are some visualizations that are already well created. After you created the visualizations, what is your next goal? So after you assume that after you create your report, do you keep the reports with you or you publish the reports to somewhere? Where do we store our reports? See, we publish our reports to some cloud environment. So this will be covered in the next half of the portion. Now we are still at Power BI desktop. We have downloaded the tool. Now Karthik is in need of data. He just need to load this data to the Power BI, and then he needs to create those visualizations that was suggested by client. This is what the entire architecture of the Power BI. I connect to the data, I create some visualizations. After I create, I will just look into my report, whether it is working well or not. Then I publish the report to the Power BI cloud. This is the place where my friends look at my photos in my Facebook. This is the place where my Power BI colleagues will look into the reports that was created by Karthik. This is the place where my Facebook friends will look into my photos when I have uploaded. This is also the same place like a cloud environment. Whatever the reports that were published by Karthik can be seen over the cloud environment, which is so called as a Power BI cloud or the service. So the data can be any form. What type of data that you may get into your Power BI desktop? What type of data? Either that can be Excel file, CSV file, if the data is coming from databases, SQL server, if the data is sitting in some cloud environments like a SharePoint, OneCloud, Facebook, Twitter, or any of the locations, if there are some raw data, some sample Excel files are located, Power BI can easily get those files into his own tool, and then he can create the reports, and then he can publish it to the service. After publishing it to the service, these are the things, these are the guys, business users will see the reports that were created by Karthik. This is what the entire architecture of your Power BI. I wanted to spoon feed you where exactly you need to open the tool, where exactly you need to connect to the data. And after connecting to the data, as a developer, what is the responsibility of Karthik? If I join in a company, every person will join in a company, they will be having their own questions. What I need to do? What is my responsibility? Now, go back to your Power BI desktop. Go back to your Power BI desktop. What is the story now? What is missing? Data is missing. How can I load the data? How can I load the data? As you can see, in the architecture, you have the option like get data. Get data. And also in our Excel, we have given the major term as a get data. Get data. So where that option is available? Yes. Seema, as I shown you, there are unlimited number of connectors because Power BI is a much flexible tool, much friendly tool, which can connect to infinite number of data sources. For now, you can just load your data from the Excel, where your data is available, where the Karthik has stored his data in his local machine called his desktop. So is this the file that he received from the client or not? Yes. So this is the L'Oreal sales and stock file, which has some cosmetics and beauty care related information. How the sales are being done in the different parts of the France region. So this file is a real-time project file, which I am just showing it to you. So I'll just load for now. I'm not teaching any practical data now. I just wanted to show as a overview or the demo session as a developer. If you join in a company, so what is your basic responsibilities and what are the basic terms that you need to follow while speaking with the client, while getting the data, while creating the reports and all, and then look for your requirements, what you need to do. After get the data, what is our next aim? In the report view, we create our visualizations. These are the 4 requirements. One fine day, Karthik joined in a company 27. He chose the tool Power BI and then he got the data source. Now everything is ready. The environment is ready and the data is also ready. Now there will not be any time given. There won't be any buffer time given to the Karthik after 31st of this month. So that means 1st of August, we should start immediately to create these requirements, basic requirements. I don't feel any difficulty in it. Client has given some requirements to manager has given the requirements to Karthik is a developer, he chose the tool as Power BI, and then after choosing the tool, he received the data as well, and then now he understands each and every requirement, he will create it. Just Seema, after loading the data, you can just see that file is loaded over here. You can just rename the file L'Oreal sales and stock. You can just rename the file over here. Now you can see. Now tell me what are the requirements that has been asked. What is the first requirement? What it states? What is the visual name? What are the column names that I can ask? Can anyone answer me? What is the visual that is telling Karthik to use, and what are the fields are there in the requirement?
Visual
Distributor
stable.
name.
Okay.
Distributor
Column
name.
Okay. Column names are
Distributor.
Distributor name
Distributor
Selling.
name and
and a selling.
and
Yes.
selling.
Distributor name and selling. Seema. So today Ashwini went to some DMart store. She purchased some product. See, the product is some product A, PRD A, PRD B, and a PRD C. So that means she went to the store, she purchased some product. Each product will have its own sale. So that means, so whoever purchased the product here, instead of distributor, the customer name. The customer is Ashwini, second customer is Navina, third customer is Karthik. So customer name wise sale he is asking. So similar to that, a distributor name wise selling he is asking. There are some distributors selling in the France region. So what distributor is selling what amount of the sales on daily basis or weekly basis or monthly basis? That is not my wish to know. What is my wish to know? I just wanted to know what is the sell-in value for each distributor. I'll just go to my Power BI. The first and foremost visual that is asking me is a table visual. So do I have any distributor name column in this table? Do I have any distributor name column? Yes,
Yes.
you have. See, just look at it. And what is the transactional field that is asking? Sellout value. So do you have any sellout value in this?
Yeah, above
Selling
written,
value,
sir.
right?
Sorry?
Selling value.
Yeah, maybe.
Selling value, right?
Yeah, sorry. Sell-in value. So you have the field already. You can just display that. As easy as that. Power BI is a drag and drop tool. Until you get some basic to moderate level of requirements, you can just click on the fields. That's it. What I did, I was just selecting my visual. Just doing a distributor name and a sell-in value. That's it. Distributor name and sell-in value. And what is the second most requirement? This is first requirement. It's done. This is done. So I will just add a shadow for it to distribute each visual. So one visual is done. Next, tell me what about the second requirement? Build a bar chart that shows brand wise sellout. What are the fields here? What is the chart?
Bar chart.
brand and sellout.
And
Brand and sellout. The fields are brands and sellout. Seema, you have some different bars. So I will tell you what type of different bars are this, but you can just take a traditional bar chart. What is asking, ma? Brand wise sellout. Yes or not?
Yes.
Brand wise sellout. Do I have brand in this? So if it is taking much time for you to your eyes to find the fields, you can just search. Yes, I have. Next, what is my next goal? Sellout. So the sellout term was given in shortcuts here. Shortcuts. So that was sellout. SO means a sellout value. So I have sellout as well. I'll just click on sellout. And after I click on sellout, I'll just enable data labels. So this is just for display. So which brand is performing well?
Garnier.
Garnier. How can you tell, ma? Because higher the size of the bar and also the value of that particular brand. Yes or not?
Yes, sir.
So 2.7 trillion is the maximum contribution that was done by Garnier brand. Next. So what is the third one? Show category wise sellout in a pie chart. Show category. Now again same story. The dimension is a category. Sellout is the numerical field. Where the visual is here? Pie chart. Visual is here, pie chart. See, Do you have the visualizations? Yes, I have, which is readily available on my tool. I can just take the decision. I can just load it. I can just load it. For the equal distribution, you can just show this. Just I'm readjusting the size. Now what is the fields that I need to use? One is the category. Second one is what now? Second one is what?
Sell out.
Out. Yes.
No, brand.
Category wise sell out. See. So third requirement is what? Show category wise sell out in a pie chart. So second requirement is brand mark. Third requirement is category wise sell out in a pie chart. What is the fourth requirement? In transit value by sub brand in a donut chart. So what is the in transit value? Ideally, whatever the products are in travel. So that also he's capturing, just to tell you what is the name of in transit. So what are the products in transit? What is the value of them? So that is what in transit. So the products are still not yet reached DMart. The products are still not yet reached the customer. They are still on travel in cargos or in ships. So that word is called in transit. That also captured in this L'Oreal. So in transit value by sub brand. Now tell me, what is the field? What are the fields and what is the visualization?
In-transit value sub-brand.
Donut chart is the visualization and in transit and sub brand is the
Sub-brand.
Visible. I'll just go to my Power BI. Same story.
Click on chart.
Click on the chart. Very nice. And then what I need to search now?
have to select in transit.
Okay. So always try to keep the dimensions first and then measures next. And then what is
Sub brand.
sub brand wise? Just to see. So is this the requirement that has been asked by client to Karthik or not? Are there anything else? Are those only 4 requirements or any other requirements are there? Yes, only 4. So how much time it took for client to drag and drop the fields? Maximum of maximum. I was getting the inputs from you, that took 5 minutes. If I only create, if I am the Karthik, if I only create, I will take only 2 to 3 minutes of the time. 2 to 3 minutes of the time. Why I am telling 2 to 3 minutes of the time? After loading the data, what we have done, we are just selecting the visible. We are just drag and drop the fields onto the visible spot. Onto the visible spot. He created this report. He just given this report name is sales summary. Sorry, page name is sales summary. Sales summary. Then what is his goal, ma? What is his goal? He created the report. He created some visualizations. What is his next goal should be?
He has to publish.
He has to publish. So what is the importance of publishing the report to the service?
The end user can see.
Yeah. So who is giving business to your company? Accenture, the client. Who is giving business to your company? Accenture, the client. Who is paying money to your company? Obviously the client. So in this client, the Karthik is working. After he created the report, he cannot keep his reports on his laptop. He cannot share the reports from email or Facebook or some social environments. Instead, Power BI has a dedicated environment. He creates the reports in a desktop. He publishes the reports to service. That means Microsoft Power BI is the combination of desktop and the service tools. Yes or not? Are you aligned? That means if I want to make sure I'm an expert guy in Power BI. So if you would like to say you are an expert in Power BI, you should know the concepts of Power BI desktop, and also you should know the concepts of Power BI service. Power BI service. So this is what our entire training platform will states. states, after I create the report, my next immediate goal should be I should publish my report to the Power BI cloud environment. Then Karthik comes back to the report. He can simply publish his report, or are there any other responsibilities that he need to fulfill? Can I publish his report as is? So I'll just open some sample things, ma. So see, don't be serious on learning. You're serious on knowing the concepts first. So I'll just open some dashboards for you. Just think on generic way. So client doesn't tell anything to Karthik now. Anything to Karthik now. So just look at this. So what this dashboard speaks about, ma?
Web traffic.
So this is some web traffic, like on every device basis, on every channel basis, on desktop, mobiles, tablets. So different people are using from different gadgets. They are using different websites indeed. So total unique page reviews, like how many guys are visited each page, and average time on each page, how much time you are spending on a page, and how much what is the percentage of exit percentage, and the bouncing means again coming back to the page and all. See, there are some requirements has been received from the developer. He able to create this report. And when you look at this report, what is missing? So
All the details are missed.
all the
Headings,
Few
detailing.
details.
yes. What is the heading is missing? What heading is missing?
Our client name, I think.
Simply, you cannot publish the report without a name. Simply, you cannot book a ticket without mentioning your name. Simply, you cannot publish a report without giving a name of your report. See, my title is missing. Don't go much beyond those. That is the reason I was telling you, don't think on the learning perspective, just be in generic way. If you are a business user, what you will expect after creating visualizations? I just need to keep some title to my dashboard or the report. So did you keep the title, or can I publish this report as is?
You should keep the title.
Yes. Simply, what is his next goal? Even the client has not informed the client, but the developer, but Karthik should be in a position to do some basic formatting things, means basic beautification things. So immediately what he will do, ma? Immediately what he will do? He will just add some title. He'll just add some title. That title is what? Just L'Oreal sales report or something. Some name, some random name that I can give as a developer. That is my own wish. Even client also will accept my request. See, I'll just give some title name. We will cover every aspects of this, where I'm clicking on, where I'm using and all. But I'm just telling you as a developer, what is our core responsibilities. That is what we are learning today. Then I can just use some font, which I usually like. So here I'll just apply some background to my background here. And in this background, I will add the title to the font color as white. That's it. That's it. So before that, it was empty without any head. Now my report has got some head which speaks about something. So whenever anyone opens this report, they should understand. So this is related to L'Oreal data. This is related to L'Oreal data. What he will do, simply he will just save his file to his local machine. So this is a desktop file. Yesterday how we have created some sample report. The same thing. L'Oreal report by Karthik. Ideally, in real-time developments, we don't keep our names. L'Oreal sales report. That's it. just to tell you who created this report. And now I was able to create the efficient report. Efficient report. There are no issues at all. I am ready to publish my report to anywhere. What is my next goal? What is my final goal? So where you are in, you have created the report in the architecture. What is your next goal?
Publish.
Where to publish this?
Server.
To the service. Sima, in some reporting terms, in Tableau, we call as a Tableau server. In ClickView or ClickSense, we may call them as server, but in Power BI, we call as service. So both the words are same, but we are using the nomenclature in a different way. So Power BI service. So I just need to publish my report to service. I'll just go and click here. So automatically this will ask me some credentials, if whether I have access, whether I do have license or not. Sima, this is a place where Power BI licensing terms will come into picture. So we don't need to know about what is licensing and all, but as a developer, I have created some report. I need to publish my report to the service. So client already assigned some license to the Karthik, and that license is having some details. License is having some details. See, I'll just copy, and this is a purchase license from the Microsoft. I will be just using the same license to publish the same environment. See, every account will have every project will have its own Power BI service account now. Like every developer, every individual guy will have their own Facebook page. Similar to that, every project will have their own Power BI service account. So this is also one account we need to purchase. We need to purchase some license, then only you can publish your reports to the Power BI cloud. See, you can just click on some workspace. So workspace is a room where you can publish your report. Just click OK. Sima, automatically once you click on publishing this report, on top right side, once I have logged in, you can see previously it was just sign in. What it is showing now? It is showing my name like Srinivas Pela. See, you can just click on either on this link, or you can also directly go to your Power BI service account that starts with app.powerbiservice.com. app.powerbiservice.com. So where is your report located now? See, you have published your report to my workspace. Can you see the report that you have just published?
Yes, we can see.
We can see. So how we can see this report here? Because I have logged in with this account. If I logged in with this account means once I publish this report, to which account these reports will go? To the same account or not? See, whatever the account that I have logged in my desktop is same as this Power BI service. So once I click on publish, automatically that will go and sit in the same workspace or the same location. So this is what the report that Karthik has received the requirements, connected to the data, and then created the visualizations. He has done some basic beautification things by applying some shadows or equal width of the visuals. And finally, he was able to provide some title to the dashboard or the report as well. That report name states that L'Oreal sales report. Report name states that L'Oreal sales report. Now, 90% of the Karthik work is done. 90% of the Karthik work is done. He published the reports to the Power BI service. And what is his end goal finally? After publishing it, what he's supposed to do? Simply publishing the report will inform the client, or he need to inform the client in some way. So we need to update the user whether Karthik has created the report and published it. But as a client, I doesn't know. I did not get any notification that he has published report or that he has completed his development. to create one sample, very basic sample requirement by using these 4 requirements, is able to create some report in a tool called Power BI, which is most commonly used in the world as a reporting tool, because that is a trending in the market nowadays, because which is a free to use tool, which is less costlier, cheaper than other reporting tools. By taking this tool, he is able to create the requirements and is able to create the report, and he is able to publish the report to the Power BI cloud. Finally, he is at the place of Power BI service or the cloud environment. Now, when you look at the architecture, after keeping those reports in a service environment, what is our end goal, ma? What is our end goal? We will be sharing the reports with the end user from this service. Sharing means simply you have an option here, just to share. If he's working for a client called some Vishal Agarwal or some Rob Williams. So he is a client working from L'Oreal side. You will just click on the share option on the top right of the report. So if this email ID is valid, automatically this send option will get highlighted. So once the Karthik click on send, what will happen is that to the Rob Williams email ID, this link will go and sit inside his email ID. This URL of this report will be directly delivered to his email ID. So by then, client can get notified that Karthik has shared some report with him. So once you click on that link, you can just see, same thing is getting open. So just client has clicked on that, where it has redirected to the same Power BI report or not? To the same Power BI report or not? What he has done at the last goal of Karthik is that just clicked on share option. He entered his client email ID like robwilliams@l'oreal.com. Once he entered, the send option is enabled because that email ID is valid. So once the send option is enabled, once you click on send, what will happen? Send means sending this URL to his email ID as a notification. So the client will click on this URL from his email. Again, it redirects to this report what has been created by Karthik. So we'll just look into the report. Okay, he has given distributor wise selling, sellout value by each brand, sellout value by category, and in-transit value by subcategory, sub-brand. So there are different categories that we can say, what category is performing and all, and what brand is performing and all, what distributor is showing the sell-in value and all, and what in-transit value is showing the sub-brand. See, within a class of time, we are able to build a very basic sample report. Even I doesn't have any knowledge on the tool. What I try to learn today, I just try to learn today by downloading my Power BI desktop tool. After downloading the tool, I try to ask my client, I am Karthik, I try to ask my client where my data is available. So he has given me some data, L'Oreal sales and stock file. I stored this file in my local machine, that means in my desktop location in my PC. So that is Excel workbook. I have loaded that Excel to this Power BI. Once I have loaded, I can see that file under data option in my Power BI. And after I can see the data, I just used my visualization practice. I did not even create some conditional formatting on my visual. I was just clicking on the visual. I'm just drag and dropping the fields onto the visuals. Are we done anything else more than this? No. No. See, learning any technology is very easier until you follow the basic fundamental practices. What the tool about, what is your responsibility. That's it. So that is my way of informing with my students, like whenever they are coming for a training. So at the end, middle of the training, what his responsibilities, instead of telling that, if I tell as a developer, once he got a job, what is his responsibility should be. Then we can learn, then we can dig onto the technology. What is Power BI desktop? What is Power BI service? What are the contents that are available in this desktop? So do I have only visualizations in this? No. I have a lot of features to explore in this tool. I have a lot of features to explore in this tool. So as a fresher, Karthik is able to create these visualizations. But nowadays, as we are keeping some experience already while trying for a job. Now, let us assume that Karthik kept 4+ years of experience. Now coming to your point. Let us assume that Karthik is keeping 4+ years of experience. He joined in a same company called Accenture. So will the manager expects Karthik to everything to ask, or as a developer guy, he need to have a lot of expertises? So what is the best answer? So everything needs to be suggested by manager, or as a developer, Karthik needs to suggest a lot of things? Who will be the front-end guy this time?
Karthik.
Fresher versus 4+. Obviously, the experienced guy, as a Karthik, he should take all the motivation without a manager intervention. So he will not depend on a manager. No dependency. Now, who will come into picture directly? Client will come into picture. Very nice. You're answering it. Client will come into picture. Now, as a 4+ years of experience, or a 3+ years of experience, or 5+, 6+, or any experience that you keep as a developer, as a support guy in your Power BI, you will be always working directly with the client just to get the requirement. See, no one will scold you, no client will scold you. But when they won't be scolding on you, means that you just need to know your standard responsibilities as a BI developer. As a Power BI developer, what are your standard responsibilities? Only 4 responsibilities that you should know. Downloading the tool, you should make a choice using the Power BI. After making the choice to use Power BI, just download this. And then after, as a senior guy, Karthik will continuously following up with the client until the client shared the data with him. After sharing the data, he will create the report. After creating the report, he will publish the report and share with the end clients. So this is what the end-to-end developer goals of any Power BI developer. Either he is a fresher, either he is an experienced guy, or he is having 1+ years experience, he is having 2+ year experience. That doesn't matter. All the guys will have the same responsibilities. What matters is that how complex the requirements has been given. If I am the fresher, I'll be creating some very simple sample level of the reports that I have created. This is what a very simple report. I did not do anything. I was just doing drag and drop, and then I published the report. Sir, as a 4+ years of experience, can I learn the tool? Can I show my expertise? If you ask me the question, that is a big yes. For that question, a big yes. Power BI is a reporting tool where is a much friendly business intelligence tool, where if you learn the technology and the training itself, if you have got at least some basic level of communication, speaking English, you can prove yourself that you are already an expert in Power BI if you have just got a training. So that is this kind of tool. It is not a much difficulty tool until you follow some basic fundamental things as a learning guy. What this product about, Seema? This entire architecture is, I was showing it to you. What desktop will show you? What is the help of desktop? Which creates the reports or the visualizations. What service is helping us? Where we store our reports. That is what the Power BI. But sir, what else do I have? Do I need to learn as an experienced guy? What else I need to know in my Power BI desktop if I freshly start with a fresh page? Yes, ma. There are a lot of components to learn in my Power BI technology. See, in this same Power BI desktop tool, now we will not be discussing anything about Power BI service. We will be discussing about Power BI desktop for the next 15 to 16 classes. There are a lot of things to cover in the desktop to come into this status, to come into this creation of the visualization status. At least you should complete 10 to 12 classes to create this visualization. That means there are a lot of things to know before you create the visualizations. What are those lot of things? Lot of things are that first you get some data. We always need to analyze. See, if I am an educated guy, if some new person has assigned to me in my team, I'll just ask him about his basic details, where he is coming from, what are his strengths and the skills, and some standard information about him if he is joining in my team recently or newly joined with me. So in the same way, if some new data has given to me, firstly I will sit on data, I will understand the data, what that data is. Some data is given. The data speaks about a date, a distributor name, a brand, category, sub-brand, and all the things. What it is about, sir? Everything is new to me. If you go on creating the visualizations, one finds some new requirement has been given to the client, has been given by client to Karthik, is that create a returns value by month using line chart. Again, he will got stuck. Okay, whether this return value is available in my table or not. He will be getting doubts always for every requirement. In order to avoid getting the doubts on this, what instead he need to do, maybe he can find the returns field in this table by some place. Yes, returns. Returns means what? Whatever the products are not accepted by consumers, they doesn't like the product, they will be return back those products to the Amazon or the Flipkart. That is what the return information. What is the value of that return? So even for this fifth requirement also, if Karthik is getting some question, again, he need to verify in his Excel whether I have my returns information in my data or not, in my client data or not. So in order to avoid this, what immediately he need to do is that, he need to analyze his data first, at least half an hour to 1 hour. After getting any data source or any Excel file, any sample dummy data to him, he should spend at least some half hour time on data. Why he need to spend? Simply he need to spend what are the columns that are available. I have a date column, distributor name column, brand column, category name column, sub brand and all. Similar to that, what are the fields that I have numerically? Sell in value, sell out value, sell in and SO value and all. Along with that, he is also having some returns value and returns value. Okay. So once he studied this, whenever some new requirement has given to client, okay, Karthik already know this, yeah, I have returns information. On the call itself, he can tell with the client, okay, we can create it. I think we already have this returns information in our data. So I can create some line chart. Line chart is also one of the visualization in my Power BI. So I can create the line chart because I already have this data in my handy. So returns value by month I can create because I do already have the data. Because I do already have the data on each month. What is the data that I can show? So returns value will always be given in negative. So that is not a sale. Returns means a negative business for the manufacturer or the client. So that is the reason you are looking the bars in reversed fashion. So 0 to minus 20 billion. There were some lot of returns by every month. So in the month of August, there were more returns. So that means what I'm trying to tell is that once you understand the client data, it is easy for you to create any visualizations or any developments in your practice. To summarize the session, as a developer, even after I build the visualizations and all, but I should know in the desktop environment, there are different layers to learn. Seema, there are different components in my Power BI desktop. It is not only a Power BI desktop. In this desktop tool, I can open some other window. See, this is another window. It is getting opened in the same Power BI desktop. Can you see, ma? In the same Power BI desktop, once I click on this transform data, automatically some other window is getting opened. What this window is speaking about? This window is speaking about the data that Karthik has loaded. He need to spend some data. He need to spend his time on this data for half an hour or 40 minutes. Then only it will give some understanding to him and he can create any visualization. Simply he will close and apply. And again, he will come back to your desktop layer. That means in the same desktop tools, I have some other features. I have some data window to learn. This is a data where you can see the different tables in columnar manner. I have some modeling view where I can create the relationship between the tables and all. So Power BI desktop environment is not a single practice to learn. We will be taking at least 18 sessions, 18 to 20 classes to cover all the features of the Power BI desktop. So to come on to this visualization practice, at least we may need 8 to 9 sessions. 8 to 9 sessions to understand how the data can be connected. How can I understand my data? Do I need to do anything on the data that I have loaded? These are the common responsibilities of every developer. So this is what your entire architecture is stating you. So in this desktop, you load the tool and you publish it to the service. But in this desktop, what are the basic components that I should know? What are the basic components that I should learn in this? That I should learn in this. See, if I speak about components for the previous training, guys, these are the many things that we should understand. See, for every component, there are different components in my Power BI. First component is a Power Query where it states you about the data. I just clicked on transform data. In this transform data, we get an option called a Power Query. That is one component. We will be learning about the first major component in the Power BI. That means the same tool is categorized into different components. Those components will get opened by clicking on some buttons in this desktop tool. Just click on transform data, some window is open. Just click on some data window. Some other feature will open. Just click on some model, some other feature will open. These are the different components that you have in your Power BI that I have listed for the previous batch major components. What are those components? Power Query, Power View or the report view where you create your visualizations. This is the place. Next one is Power Pivot data modeling that I have just clicked on. Model view where you create your relationship between the tables. After you complete your creation of the modeling and report, what is the last component? What is the last component? Where we end our training or where we end our responsibility as a developer?
Service.
Publishing. After publishing the report, where we publish the service.
Sir.
So the entire training will cover these 4 major components. So that means in the desktop, we have 3 major components: Power Query, report view, and the modeling layer. And the last component is the service. That is what the entire training will speak about as an end-to-end developer, guys. So these are always the responsibilities that you should learn. Can anyone tell, is this will be your entire work? So this is one page. that I'm stating you. Is this the work that I'm going to do or not as an experienced guy?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is the desktop tool where you connect to the data, where you create the visuals, where you do some data models if needed. Finally, you publish the report to the cloud environment where your clients will look into your reports, Power BI service, that's it. But in order to come into this place, I may need to spend some time on my desktop tool to get expertise, how efficient, how advanced dashboards that I can create. Even if I go to the Google or any environment, there are a lot of dashboards that you can see. How advanced the dashboards that you can find in your Google whenever you open any tool or whenever you open any environment. So you should be in a position to create these kind of reports at the end of the training. As I showed you, I am strongly believe in that. Practically, I can show that my batch 15 guys or before guys also was able to create the assignments based upon their expertise. Can you see that? Is this report created by me or the trainer who joined in our training?
Trainer.
These were the
An-
reports that
Anvesh.
were created by Anvesh. There are every guy. So I will make sure that even if you join to my training on daily basis, until you publish the report, after you get expertise, I will keep on following you. You simply join to the training and you go away. It is not that. After every alternate week, I'll be giving some assignments, like how I am creating the reports. You should also be the same phase with me, then only I'll get confidence. So you will be creating at least 3 assignments similar to the other previous training guys, and then we go on to learning the technology in easier fashion.
Sir, Venil Dastakle.
Yes, someone is asking. All right. Okay. So that's it for today's session, guys. Hopefully, we can start our real-time practices, real-time training. How can I load my data practical data or a real-time project file or real data to my Power BI? And what are the basic components that are available in Power BI? And how can I learn each component in my Power BI? That I'll be continuing from tomorrow onwards. We will be starting our real-time training sessions. So we can start our standard training syllabus. That also I will show it to you. So what are the standard things that we are going to cover in our entire syllabus when we start our session tomorrow. So that's it for today's session, guys. We'll meet up again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone.
Srini, I has a doubt here.
Yes, please.
Yeah, while you are sharing some reports, right, which
Yes.
we have developed,
Mm.
the end user have to be in Power BI installed, or he can.
No. So they doesn't need any license, ma. See.
No. I'm not asking about license. He should have the Power BI installed in his machine, or he can see the
No. He can
visualization.
directly see. He can directly see in the cloud. He doesn't need this tool to be installed on his machine.
Okay.
If he is also expert in Power BI desktop, he can create his own reports. Why they come to us, right?
Yeah.
So they will not need any tool like Power BI desktop. This desktop is the place where Karthik develops the reports for his XYZ client. Service is the place where that XYZ client will look into the reports that Karthik was created.
Okay.
So only the cloud is the place where clients or the end users will come into picture.
Yeah, thank you.
So that's it for today's session, guys. Hopefully, you can ask the questions without any hesitations on every day starting of the class. So once we start our live training send out. So if anyone has not yet shared the email IDs, so immediately share those email IDs. I'll be giving access to the Google Drive. So how that Google Drive will work, I will show you tomorrow. So I'll be having those sessions will be stored on the drive location. So it will look like this. See, you have your batch separately. So in this batch 16, you will be having all of your classes. So you can find your access in this. Already I have applied, already I have given access to some of the users, Monica, Nagasai, Naveen, and all, Karthik and all. So if anyone is there to share, you can just share your email ID Once I give access, you will be getting email notification to you guys. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you all. Thank you.